Hi, it's Ben from Somerset Foodie. We've got an absolute knockout, super easy, quick midweek meal for you guys, featuring some simple ingredients, just done slightly differently. The key thing is this potato gnocchi. So if you ever see potato gnocchi in the supermarket aisles, in the ambient shelves, walk on by, because it's terrible. Whereas our frozen gnocchi is 91% potato, and it's just how gnocchi should be without you having to make it. We also got some good classic sausages, so it's kind of like sausage and mash, but just a little bit different and a little bit tastier. Not only is this dish brilliantly tasty, but it's super economical on washing up. It's a two-pound wonder. Pot for the gnocchi, pot for the sausages, that's it. First job is to get a pan onto the heat and get that heating up. And then I've got here some really lovely, these are kind of Italian style sausages. You can use Cumberland sausages, it's fine. Just put a little nick down the side of the sausage, and we're just gonna pull the skin off. We don't need the skins of the sausages. So I'm just gonna cook for two of us. So I think 3 sausages is fine. And what we're going to do is just make these into like little instant meatballs. So they've got all of the seasoning, all of the kind of flavorings that you need. So my pan's nice and hot. Just going to go in with a little bit of oil. I'm using Fussel's rapeseed oil for the frying part of it. Then we're just going to break these into little pieces. And get them cooking away in the pan. So I'm just gonna crumble up or just slice up probably kind of half of this little bit of, this is a dried chili. I'm using a smoked chipotle chili. Any bits of dried chili are fine really. So that's gonna go in. Got some beautiful fresh rosemary. Gonna whack that in the pan. Then we've got three cloves of garlic. I'm not going to chop these up that fine. I don't want them to burn in the pan, but I want all that lovely garlic flavour going on in here. Whilst the sausages are going in the pan here, we've got a pot going with some water on the boil to cook the gnocchi. So these sausages are cooking down nicely. The smell of the rosemary, the garlic, the chili, it's just absolutely heavenly. So you just really need a couple of fresh tomatoes, and what this will do will just give you a little bit of the idea of tomato. It adds a little bit of acid as well, which just kind of sharpens the dish up a little bit and helps make it a little bit kind of saucy. This is kind of rough street cooking. There's no chop them and into that pan. So just toss those tomatoes around in the garlicky oil, and they're going to just break down a little bit, and we can just turn the heat down a tiny bit and just let that simmer. And we're just trying to get the tomatoes just to break down a little bit and create that little bit of hint of sauce. So the tomatoes are just beginning to break down now. So I'm just going to whack in a nice big handful of kale. Now, if you don't have kale, you can use broccoli, Swiss chard, any of these kind of nice green vegetables. And I'm just going to toss that through a little bit, and that's going to get mixed up with all those amazingly tasty, garlicky, rosemary, chili, sausage oil. It's all going on in the pan. This is going to take like about 3 minutes now. So we've got a pot on the go. Our water's come up to the boil. Time to go in with the gnocchi. So literally straight from the freezer, we're just going to tip in the gnocchi. And if you've never cooked gnocchi, it takes about 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. And the way you know it's cooked is the gnocchi will start floating to the surface. So the kale is just beginning to cook down nicely. Just to make sure that's cooked through, I'm just going to use a little bit of this gnocchi water just in the pot. And what that does, that creates a little bit of steam, and that steam just helps just finish cooking off that kale. You do the same with broccoli or chard or whatever you're using. Okay, so you can see these gnocchi have just started floating to the surface. That means they're ready, so we can just scoop them out and they go straight in with our sausages. Just turn the heat off that now and we're done. Okay, here we go. So we're just about there. Let's just mix some of the gnocchi in through that beautiful sauce. Right, there we go, folks. I think that took probably all of 10-15 minutes max. So let's get it onto the plate. This just wants to be eaten. So let's get some of that beautiful gnocchi, that lovely sausage. There we go. We're just going to finish that now. A little bit of black pepper. The obligatory grating of cheese. So I'm using our lovely Grana Padano here, 24-month matured. And then a lovely drizzle of olive oil over the top. Right, there we go. I think that's a really, really quick, simple. It's got everything in there. Sausage, it's got chili, it's got garlic, it's got greens, it's got lovely potato gnocchi. It's heaven on a plate. So we'll have the recipe on our website, somersetfoodie.com. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.